Actually, we need to show people that way because we just started simulcasting. We're going to simulcast for 3 hours today of the 4-hour radio show at prisonplanet.tv. So I need to add we are simulcasting right now at prisonplanet.tv. We normally do the third and fourth hour, but a lot of days we do the whole 4 hours, or more often than not, we do 3 hours of the show. Ron Paul has never joined me from basically the floor of the House. But he's got he was scheduled for a week because he's scheduled every month to be on with us at 12:30 Central Standard Time, 1:30 Eastern, and they're in floor debates right now. And he wants to get up and speak about the bill to audit the Fed that's got over 200 sponsors right now. Key story up on prisonplanet.com from Steve Watson. And we're going to have Ron Paul with his cell phone from somewhere in the gallery or the rotunda there, calling in sometime in the hour. So heads up on that. And maybe an abbreviated interview as well, so we'll have to get back with him soon. Because duty calls, as they say, on the front lines of the legislative fight against our occupiers, the dictators, the private criminal central bank, Federal Reserve, now being subpoenaed by Congress. See, this idea of subpoenaing them is now out there.
Many human illnesses can be attributed to the fact that soil in the United States no longer provides plants with the mineral elements which are essential to human nourishment. Studies have shown that a majority of Americans are seriously deficient in basic minerals. Deficiency in any one or more important minerals actually results in disease. Go to AmericanSuperfoods.com today and see the wide range of foods available that were designed to help your mind and body work the way they were intended to. You can also visit the AmericanSuperfoods.com link on Infowars.com to see some of the amazing products available. Colloidal gold, marine phytoplankton, maca, goji berries, raw chocolate cacao, nibs, noni, immune detox, and more. Folks, you gotta check these out. These foods promote nutritional excellence, health and well-being, beauty enhancement, and sustainable rainforest agriculture. Go to AmericanSuperfoods.com. Again, the website is AmericanSuperfoods.com. This is Alex Jones, and I want to tell you again about a company that has supported us in the truth movement for years. Inner Health Botanicals. This company produces the highest quality superfood around, called Inner Food. My wife just loves the stuff. And now the health ranger, Mike Adams, has awarded Inner Food his Editor's Choice Award for Best Superfood of 2009. Inner Food is loaded with 20 great organic ingredients. No fillers, no sweeteners. It would be impossible to blend this up for a better price, and their formula really works. This is the real thing for the great health you need. Try the Nutra Cafe, their great organic coffee infused with polysaccharides that boost the immune system. A truly healthy coffee that tastes great. And take it from me, folks, it really does taste great. Don't forget to try their other great products. Go to www.enerfood.com. That's www.enerfood.com. Or just click on their banner on Infowars.com for special pricing.
Phone rings and the questions are asked. I've been so sick. Will the Life Change tea help me? Our answer is always the same. Yes, toxins and chemicals from food, water, and air are attacking you this very moment. Fight back with our all-natural detoxifying tea that works immediately. Many companies use gimmicks and misleading free trials for their campaign. We use results. Life Change Tea's formula, created by a PhD, has been around for over 20 years. There are things happening in the world that are unseen and not healthy. The public has reached its all-time record for chronic sickness. This atrocity won't change unless you call us right now. Our number is 928-308-0408. Again, that's 928-308-0408. Or you can order online at getthetea.com. That's getthetea.com. And remember, we have the cheapest shipping in the industry.
Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
This is very exciting, ladies and gentlemen. Think about the successes we've had. Nobody knew the Federal Reserve was private 15, 20 years ago. I mean, maybe 1% of the public. Now it is beginning to become a majority. It's huge issues all over the news. They can't hide the fact it hasn't been audited in over 50 years. They can't hide the fact that it's an offshore private bank now and that it's been stealing all this money. They can't hide the fact that all the gold's gone from Fort Knox. They can't hide the fact that we've been shanghaied. There was a corporate takeover in 1913, and they've slowly been expanding the takeover of the states and our society, and now they're figuring out we're awake to them, so they're just trying to steal everything at one time. And they think arrogantly that the public's so stupid that we're not going to bring them to justice. Well, we are going to bring the New World Order to justice, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to cover bill to audit Federal Reserve. Now has 207 co-sponsors. Steve Watson, Infowars.com, PrisonPlanet.com, Infowars.net. Key story that everybody needs to read and see. This is so exciting. And even if it doesn't pass this time, they only need like 11 more. Even if it doesn't pass, this has gone from when he used to introduce this 10 years ago. I remember interviewing Ron Paul in 1996 when he introduced these bills, when he first got back in Congress. He'd been there for one stint in the 70s. And he would have like 3 or 4 sponsors. He's now 207, and people are blowing their phones off the hook. And even if they say no and don't pass it, people are saying, wait a minute, we can't audit them, we can't question them, we can't find out what this private group that says it's above the law is doing. Here's Forbes and AP today. Congress subpoenas Fed over Bank of America deal. Here's AP. I mean, this is everywhere. Congress subpoenas the Fed. Before, it was this mind game trick of saying the Federal Reserve doesn't handle money. The Federal Reserve doesn't tell the IRS what to do. You just write your check to the Federal Reserve when you pay the IRS. The Federal Reserve's not offshore. The Federal Reserve's audited. All lies. All lies. Now they've switched to, yeah, okay, we're above the law, big deal. And people are calling their bluff. And now Bernanke isn't arrogant. The bankers aren't arrogant now when you see them before Congress. They are freaked out. And they all need to go to prison. And it's because I've been calling for them to go to prison, and so has Ron Paul on the show, that I'm getting death threats, dirty tricks, extortion, harassment. And I'm not going to get into it on air. It's just, believe me, folks, we are under attack, and it is intensifying. It is intensifying, so pray for us, support the money bomb tomorrow. Think of how far we've come just on this. And they tried to pass all these blanket amnesty plans. Those all fail. They've tried to pass all these gun confiscation bills. Those are failing. And they always come back and fight back, but we're fighting back. We're finding our fighting spirit here. This is historical. So I'm going to get back into Congress subpoenas the Fed, the bill to audit the Fed, all that's coming up with Ron Paul. But the top story today was going to be what's happening right now with audit the private Federal Reserve. That is huge. That is historical. God knows what tricks they're going to play. Starting new war, staging terror attacks, who knows, to get our minds off this. I mean, they're criminals. We're calling their bluff. They're con artists. It's a fraud. The government's illegitimate. It's not our republic. All we got to do is point this out and get the word out. They will fail. Police and military are waiting for us to have the strength politically so they can somewhat more safely come out and tell the truth. I say throw caution to the wind. Justice be done by the heavens fall, as I love to say. I am committed to this. The enemy would be completely defeated if all the real men and women out there would stop having their teeth chatter and their knees knocking and would commit to the cause of liberty 110% and sign your John Hancock on this new Declaration of Independence and Liberty against the technocratic eugenicist elite. But that's coming up. But I want to just tell you right now, you can read the documents. You can go to Infowars.com. In fact, go to Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com, guys. Punch this up on PrisonPlanet.tv for people. There are the documents. And I'm going to read this to people right now. Punch that up on screen. Government-issued weapons and equipment inventory form, and, of course, registering is always to confiscate, PDF, VFW district and post government-issued weapons and equipment inventory. Commanders. This has never been done before. Why is it happening now? I have been contacted by the USTACOM about government-issued weapons and equipment on loan to VFW posts statewide. The essence of our conversations centered on inventory of all government's weapons and equipment by each VFW post. While you may have had possession of this equipment for 20, 40, 60, or even 100 years, it still belongs to the U.S. military. In short, every VFW post will be needed to complete the attached form and send to the department. This form will then be bounced off the central database of all Texas VFW posts at U.S. Army TACOM to verify serial numbers of each item that has been issued. This is a very extensive list and goes back to before the VFW was founded. So if you have a cannon from the Spanish-American War, it's on the list. Weapons and equipment of but consist of but is not limited to rifles, pistols, mortars, artillery, tanks, vehicles, aircraft, missiles, aircraft carriers, etc. from any time period. I know there are posts that have weapons they inherited